Now, we were talking about, I think it was you, Bob, that brought up the fact that we're having difficulty getting into organizations, and the competition seems to be the status quo. This is where you get into the organization at one level, you believe you're moving your process along. However, obviously, it just gets stalled because of gatekeepers and so forth. In Merge, I spent a little time on a concept that's actually been around for quite some time. It was first heard at the Harvard Business School, and then Stephen Hyman and Robert Miller put together a great book, Strategic Selling. And strategic selling basically is this 4 buying influences in an organization. You have a technical buyer. These are the people, probably you're the accounting department, HR, and so forth. These are people who can say no, but they can't say yes. These are in all organizations. You do not want to enter the corporation at the technical buyer level. You also have user buyers, and you have buyers that are going to use the products and services you sell. Now, in the retirement area, as an example, it may be the executives who are in the retirement plans and the 401ks and so forth. These are the users. Or it might be the human resource department who's actually using this to attract, retain, and recruit people in the organization. And then we have the economic buyer. This is the person that controls the money, who can make buying decisions. And finally, probably the most important person is your coach. You need to have a champion within the organization who's going to help you through the sales process. Let me give you an example. If you were trying to sell my organization, let's say a copy machine, and we went out and played golf and we had a great time on the golf course and we built a great relationship, you would probably assume that I'm the economic buyer for that piece of equipment since I'm the CEO of the company. Isn't that correct? Right. So what happens with that particular product, see, I have a CFO in the company, and she's involved in a budgeting process, and it's her responsibility to budget out the equipment. I don't know, to be honest with you, whether I own the copy machine or I'm leasing it. So you're actually looking at the wrong person within the organization. So you need to find out who's the economic buyer, who can make decisions. You need to understand who the user buyers are and who's affected by the transaction that you're putting in the organization. You need to find out who they're going to look to from a technical standpoint to opine or look at the organization. They can be inside the organization or they can be outside the organization. And finally, the most important person, you've got to find that coach. You got to find a champion that's going to help you. So you can call someone to say, tell me, how do decisions get made? Now in Merge, what we teach is to try to find these people early in the sales process.
Bill McDonald's message around Merge was right on target for Meyer Chatfield, particularly the R, the research component of Merge. That's something that really resonates for me because whenever I sit down and work with a client on a particular challenge or issue, the more background information, the more data, the more research that I have, allows me to bring the most value to that client coming up with a solution or strategy to help them overcome that particular challenge. So when I look at Merge, magnify, explore, research, generate, execute, R is what really resonates the most for me and how I like to sit down and work with my clients.
Bill understands what drives a client to make a decision. It's somebody that is going to be a partner with the client, somebody that's validated by other resources, by other outside sources, so that they can deliver the end product.
Bill McDonald was fabulous. I didn't know Bill before he called. He was doing research with all of us to find out how we had been successful in the past and also to help us as we go forward. He made sure that he told me that the important things were in his book, and I promised him that I'd research it thoroughly before I came here, which I did. So I've gone through his book in quite a bit of detail. Bill has a number of ideas for formulating a leverage sale, as he refers it, where we leverage off the important individuals to the client, and it helps us to be prepared for that sale.